January 2025 has been a turning point for the United States of America. President Donald Trump's inauguration marked the beginning of, as he put it, a new golden age for America. And our new president unveiled a list of executive orders undoing 4 years of decline in his very first week in office. He's already reversed a number of the failed Biden-Harris policies that weakened both security at our border and enforcement in our immigration laws in our nation's interior. He's taken action to end catastrophic catch and release policies. He reinstated Remain in Mexico. And he stopped the abuse of immigration parole. Not only did President Trump turn our country's border and immigration policies around 180 degrees on his very first day, but finally, at long last, Congress is working again. The House and the Senate sent the strongest immigration enforcement legislation to the president's desk since 1996. After nearly a year of working to get the Laken-Riley Act through, it is finally mere hours from becoming actual law. We are finally on our way to ensuring that criminal illegal aliens are off our streets before they can commit the most heinous crimes imaginable. Providing our states the ability to compel the federal government to do its job is something it also includes, and the enforcement of the laws that are actually on the books. Far too often, we hear from grieving parents whose children's life were cut far too short by illegal border crossers, who were poisoned by fentanyl brought across our southern border, or who were suffered abuse at the hands of people who shouldn't have been in our country to begin with. The American people have heard enough of those stories, and on November 5th, they told us they wouldn't take it any longer. The results of the November election were a signal from the people we represent to the lawmakers meant to act on their behalf. They were a verdict from the American people that Washington had for far too long become guilty of overlooking the problems that actually matter to the people we're here working for. With the Laken-Riley Act, we've started to deliver on that verdict, but we're not done yet. The Laken-Riley Act addresses the important problems of criminal illegal aliens already inside our country. But interior immigration enforcement is only one aspect of the problem we face. There's another priority we must focus on: preventing criminals from entering our country to begin with. That's why I've reintroduced the Wall Act. It is long past time to finish construction of a wall on our southern border, and this bill would put us on the path to doing just that. It would appropriate funding necessary to finish the wall, and it would allow President Trump to do so without raising taxes on U.S. citizens or increasing our national debt by a single cent. In fact, we would fund the wall by fixing yet another issue with our immigration system. We would eliminate taxpayer-funded entitlements and tax benefits to illegal aliens. Not only would taxpayers stop having to foot the bill for illegal aliens, but we would also close the loopholes that illegal aliens are taking advantage of. Meanwhile, the benefits intended for citizens and legal residents would truly only go to citizens and legal residents. Solving another problem, the Wall Act would impose monetary fines on illegal aliens and immigrants who overstay their visas. We'd finish building the wall, and we would save money while we're at it. The Joint Committee on Taxation estimated in 2018 that enacting the provisions in the Wall Act would save us $33 billion over 10 years. The bill would save us both dollars and lives. And what could be more important than the task of keeping our country safe and restoring financial responsibility, Mr. President? Just like the Laken-Riley Act, the Wall Act is common sense. And most importantly, it delivers to the American people what they've demonstrated they want, need, and deserve. It's the first move towards making sure that our immigration enforcement and border security agencies have the funding they need to carry out the will of the people. We must fund border construction of the border wall, but we can't just stop there. As the chairman of the Homeland Security Appropriations Subcommittee, I am committed to ensuring that the Trump administration has the detention space they need to get criminal illegal aliens off of our streets, and providing funding for CBP and ICE enforcement and removal operations. So these agencies have the personnel, resources, and technology necessary to fulfill their missions. And that, Mr. President, is a long time coming too. As long as civilization has existed, both leaders and citizens have understood that the most important role that the government has is to provide security for the people who live under its jurisdiction. From the White House to both chambers of Congress, the Republican Party is committed to getting our country back on track, to responding to the demands of the American people that they made to us this last November, securing our border, removing criminal illegal aliens from our streets, and providing a safe, orderly nation for the American people. There is no greater responsibility we have, no higher calling we can seek than making America safe again. We've heard the American people's voices and we understand the call. Now let's heed that call and pass the Wall Act. Let's continue to turn our promises made into promises kept.